Hi, I'm Elijah, and I thought not talking about Mega Man 2 would be an interesting character trait for myself. I've been doing well for a while, but as I think to myself, I'm only human. I just couldn't resist it.
It's a brand new day as always, and what do? Do anything else that isn't Mega Man 2. When we talked about the first game, it would be a fucking lie if I told you that the first game would be a big leap for Capcom. So it makes me wonder, how did they make a second game?
Beats me.
But regardless, they did, along with the price. Now, why did it take me so long to talk about this game for some time?
I'm just a pussy.
Okay, let me be real here for a second. The reason it takes me so long to talk about these games that people love and know was due to a lack of ambition. I really don't feel like I could talk about a game that many people regard as the pinnacle of gaming. In fact, there are many things I really want to talk about, but feel like I wasn't ready to deliver. So that's why I went for something like game designs before I tackled something like, I don't know, Ape Escape. But now, with the experience I have and watching other YouTubers do it, I think I'm ready. I want to tackle more bigger topics and video games. So, now that we got this boost of confidence out of the way, we can begin. So it's 1987 and Mega Man 1 release. It stunk, according to here in the US, but that did not stop them from making a sequel within 5 months. However, they had to work on other games as well, so they treated this as a passion project, which could have meant some worked at night, like college kids. Utilizing ideas and characters that were scrapped due to cartridge limitations, Mega Man 2 would be the game that would make Mega Man, Mega Man. The game opens with this cutscene just to show that it's Mega Man, but not your grandpa's Mega Man.
I have said Mega Man way too much today.
Now, the two significant new things here are the easy and difficult modes and the password screen. The easy and difficult modes are a video game must. It also helps to make each playthrough in a game different from other players. But the password screen, that is a staple for Mega Man. As with most passwords in other games, they're just long ass mixes of jibber jabber. Where here, it's a grid. It almost looks like something from Battleship or Bomb Coordinates. Now I could just talk about the password screen all day, but really, Mega Man 2 is a great game with a story for all. The story of Mega Man 2 takes place after the first game, where you leave Wily instead of putting him in jail, and Wily took this opportunity to think of a new strategy, where instead of hijacking 6 industrial robot masters, he decides to create his own, and 8 this time. So you do your standard Mega Man stuff again as you select a boss, go through the level, defeat the boss, and get their power, and repeat. There really wasn't much different in gameplay from the last game, which, I mean, that's alright, don't fix what's not broken. But they make some improvements to the game, which difficulty goes from an 11 to an 8.
What?
The game was a massive improvement in which I can rarely die in the stage due to some random shit flying in my radar. Each death now feels like my mistake, not to mention that the health pickups here are plentiful, and that's due to the normal and hard mode of the game. Where the hard mode is like the first game where health items are pretty scarce. Easy mode, they're like McDonald's, they're everywhere. However, in Japan there is no difficulty switch, it's only in hard mode. But that's just health. It's a video game, so how does it play? Well, it is a Mega Man game. Select the boss, go through the level, defeat the boss, collect the weapon, and repeat. The enemies again use a rock, paper, scissors format on how to defeat them, going from, oh, metal blades cut to wood, to how the fuck does bubble stop Heat Man? Or how does the metal blaze cause all of them to be done in a flash? Also here, the enemies are easier to read and defeat than in the last game. But with the new enemies, their power-ups leagues better than the others, with the metal blaze being the superior one. It's even better than the Mega Buster. As you can fire this in 8 directions and refill items are plentiful, I just see myself using these more than the Mega Buster. But the other weapons work pretty well, and hell, Dr. Light gave us some extra gadgets to help us reach places, with Item 1, Item 2, and Item 3. I think someone messed up the deadline.
Fuck it.
And hey, you don't even have to look for them in a stage, as they are just given to you at the end of specific stages. I mean, the stages themselves, they made it in a way that they're so easy to traverse and difficult at the same time, reminding you that this is a Mega Man game, all the while showing more detail and play appropriate feeling music, which many people, including myself, praise for being one of the best video game soundtracks known to man, all from Flashman to Quickman to Airman, even Dr. Wily's Fortress.
But when it comes to me buttering up a game, there always has to be some type of criticism. And really, there is nothing wrong with the game per se, it's pretty fine enough. But if I had to say say something?
The ice physics in the game are a little jarring. Also, there is some off-screen enemies charging towards you if you don't know that they're coming, unless if you played the game as much as I have. But when we get to Wily's Fortress, we have one of the bosses that are actually kind of annoying. You have to use Crashman's ability, and by God did I almost break something in my house. And it was my brother's skull. You have to hit these bulbs in a pattern that doesn't break all the walls. If you don't use the exact amount, you lose. Also, they will fire at you, so good luck trying to dodge. Also, if you die, your items don't refuel. But hey, that's just one boss. The other bosses, they're alright. I mean, I did die a few times to this dragon, but I think you might want to watch out with the unnecessary seizures. We also have this derp face. We then have to go through a gauntlet with the previous enemies again, like in the first game, and then it's Wily time. My other problem with Mega Man 2 is the second phase of this boss. The first phase, yeah, I can dodge some of these attacks. The second one, yep, this is feeling like the IRS. Anyways, I throw some blades at him, and we fall. We walk through some dropping blood, where technically it could be rusty water, but it looks like blood. The final boss is with Wily, and he turned into an alien, and is weak to bubbles. But hey, that's okay. It was all just an illusion. We defeat Wily again, and we leave him again. Go figure. We also go through the somber cutscene, which I never really got, because was this supposed to be the final game? Well, who cares? That's it. It's the end. Well, I did it again, and frankly, this game is a massive improvement, but it has some problems with it that carry over from the last game, while having its own problems.
But then again, this is a classic game, easy for newcomers, but hard for returning players. This is definitely the game that piqued everyone's interest for Mega Man and truly became the start of the series. There is a reason why this game is finally remembered. Mega Man 2 is the best sequel to Mega Man, but it is the definitive Mega Man experience. Well, that's all she wrote, and I don't even know what that saying is, but that's all I got for now. So in the meantime, I'll just do something else and... What?
We're talking all of us about a game that was going to release 2 years ago.
That doesn't follow. Anyways.
About some blue
No.
guy.
See, right there you're being delusional. Thank God I didn't die.